Good morning. Ira Epstein with your morning flash update, and here we are at 8:15 a.m. on Friday, the 4th of October, 2024, and what a surprise day. Let's go to the news of the day, and then we'll come back to the boards. We had the non-farm monthly payroll. Now, the lowest numbers I saw were 70,000. The highest estimate was 220. We came in at 254. That's over 100,000 more than the market was looking for. Where's all this coming from is one question. The unemployment rate fell instead of holding down to 4.1. August, they revised up by 17,000 jobs, but they did leave the unemployment rate unchanged. The private sector added 105,000 jobs. The government added 7, so this is all private that they're showing. Labor force participation rate didn't change, so somehow people are getting hired. Average hourly earnings shot up 13 cents. That was a gain of nearly 0.4%. They only expected something at 0.3, and the average hourly earnings jumped up 0.1 to 3.9. So what does this do? All right. Well, number one, why do you need to cut at all in November is the very first thing that I ask. All right. The 50 basis points that the Fed did shows here. Now, in all fairness, this doesn't show what's happened with Hurricane Helene. And that's going to be massive in the amount of people that can't work. On a positive is last night, if you were watching my updates, I said that the labor union for the ports has graciously, and I want to use that in quotes in nice, graciously backed off and said, hey, we can wait until January 15th to resume this strike. Maybe we can get things worked out. I was criticized when I was said it was political in nature to a degree. Are you nuts? It is, all right? I realized that the union heads didn't want to invoke Ms. Harris as the chosen candidate, but the unions are typically very pro-democratic. And this keeps the people, I don't care what the union head does, I care what the people, and this certainly didn't take votes away from that. So kudos to the union. I really mean what I'm saying. I don't mean it in any negative way at all. So the first thing you see is the dollar shoots up on the news. Now the question is, will it be able to hold the gain? The euro gets hit. You get hit in the Swiss franc. That's probably the currency that's getting hit the hardest. Not so much in the British pound because some of the economists there are coming out, I think it was Pell, and he's one of the senior economists to the Monetary Committee. He doesn't think you have to get overly aggressive on rates. What does this do in energies? Well, really nothing. Energies are all about right now, what is Israel doing? And they were very aggressive again overnight in Beirut going after Hezbollah heads, so that hasn't changed. Bonds and notes get hit on this type of news. In other words, yields climb. And I have pointed something out every day, and I think I've been correct in it, that since we've seen the Fed actually go the 50 basis points, all you've done is add yield. And with this, you probably have seen the 2 years go up over 30 basis points altogether since that point in time, and probably 20, maybe 24 basis points, quarter of a point in the 10 years. That's important. In the grain markets, you're back down to where I thought originally the resistance was, and I admit it shot up more than I thought. You're pretty flat as you go in through here. The Mexican peso is one of the currencies up, and why not? I would think that the Mexican peso is now on what I'll call the love match. Ms. Scheinbaum is in. What is she going to do? Is she going to do things any different than AMLO did? Are there going to be positive, negative things? You give her the benefit of the doubt, and I think it's getting a bid right there. But the dollar's weighing on the Aussie and the New Zealand currencies as well. Metal markets, well, I've been looking for more of a break, in all fairness, in the metals and starting to get a bit of it in the silver and the gold. The golden week is over in China. So as traders resume to their desks now, you're starting to get lasting bids in the copper. It too got hit on this news, but it has since rallied back rather sharply off of it. So there's a lot going on. Any way you want to look at it, this report was a surprise. It's good news for the economy that the longshoreman is not on a strike at this point. It's good news that we're adding jobs. We'll get a hit. We know that off Hurricane Helene. You're going to hear that FEMA is now going going to have to ask for more money. They have run out of their hurricane money, and there's more brewing out there. Helene will go down as bad as Katrina. You watch. That's what's happening right now. It's going to take a lot of money to help these people get back on their feet, and just about the vast majority of people living in mountains don't have flood insurance. So what they do, how they do it, they're going to need federal help in some manner. I'm Ira Epstein. We'll catch up with all of this tonight when we do our weekly reviews. You have a great trading day if you can. It's a pretty wild one right now, and we'll see where the markets lead us. Take care.